Now, in some major news, the Indian Army has indigenized 159 of the 175 ammunition variants in its inventory, achieving 91% self-sufficiency and significantly reducing dependence on imports at a time when global insecurity has disrupted supply chains. The move is also aimed at ensuring sustained firepower for a prolonged conflict, if required. This comes as the Ministry of Defence has roped in defence public sector undertakings such as Munitions India Ltd and private peers, including Solar Industries India Ltd, to accelerate Aatmanirbharta in the production of military-grade ammunition. Of the remaining 16 ammunition variants, the ministry has also initiated in-house production of 4 to 7 types of bullets, rockets and missiles to further enhance the Army's fighting capabilities through smart munitions. I have Ajay Chandel joining me with more details. Ajay, what more can you tell us about this big development?
Please repeat the question.
Ajay, we're talking about the Indian Army, which has indigenized 159 of the 175 ammunition variants in its inventory. What more can you tell us?
Indian origin, earlier it was only 154, now they have made it 159. So this will have confidence that yes, we can have intense war for longer period, and if there is any supply chain disruption, it will not affect our capability. These days there is an intense war, intense conflict at the same time for the prolonged cases also. So we have made these, and further work is going on to produce the Russian-based arm piercing equipment and 84 millimeter Swedish gun also. So we are making that. And the two companies, that one is the Solar India Ltd and another one is the Munitions India Ltd. They are working on the smart. Now India is making for the export also. Export up to the extent to other countries, including Europe and US. That is the kind of confidence one is having and reliability in India on India. So this is a major and great achievement, which specifically during the war, we can have intense conflict at the same time, the prolonged conflict, because there is a kind of uncertainty and when the supply chain is disrupted. In those circumstances, it is a great achievement. And now, by next year, coming year, that is the 25-26 financial year, the aim is to make 100% Indian origin all the munitions. Back to you.
Major General, I'm going to introduce you now because there seemed to be a problem with the phone line there, but I have with me Major General J.K. Bansal. He's a senior defense expert. Now, Major General Bansal, my next question to you is that, in real battlefield terms, how does this reduce vulnerability during extended operations?
As I told that, whenever there is when there is an intense fight, there's a lot of ammunition is required. And if one is having limited and depend on the supply from outside, imported one, then it is difficult. When we are having our own facility to produce, so we can scale up to the extent whatever is our requirement is. And for any intense war or prolonged war, it is a must that you can't depend on outside. As we have seen in the Ukraine war, the Ukraine has to depend for the ammunition from other countries, and when they are supplied, those are supplied, then only they can fire. So like that, there is a continuous supply and most reliable. As I told, our ammunition is of world-class quality. In the sense, the other countries are also interested for importing from us, and India will be self-sufficient not only, but it may be exporting to some countries, including US and Europe. And as I told that, yes, 84 millimeter guns of Swedish origin, we are doing for that also, and for the arm piercing of some munitions of Russian origin, we are doing that also, and the private companies are coming into it. That will scale up of any kind of requirement during any intense war. So India is preparing, and this is a great achievement.
Absolutely, sir. We are always very proud of our Indian Defence Forces, and this, viewers, is of course a big feather in their cap now. Thank you so much, sir, for joining me on the broadcast. And I do have my colleague Ajay Chandel also joining me. Now, Ajay, the Indian Army has indigenized 159 of the 179 ammunition variants in its inventory. What more can you tell us?
Yes, you know, defense forces in India, they have been, provided such facilities, and definitely we have seen that how privatization, or what we can say that private government, partnerships, they are working very perfectly as far as the arms and ammunition is concerned. Definitely, India is now self-dependent, and especially amid the ongoing situation in the Middle East and other, world over. The ongoing situation is definitely unfolding, like war between Russia and Ukraine is going on. Some other countries are also expected to clash in the coming time. So that's why any country who's dependent on its own, they can do better in the any kind of a situation. So that's why it is going to help when India is going for the indigenous system, whether it is a war, whether it's ammunition, war equipments, or ammunition and other things over there.
Ajay, stay on with me. Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs has assured the Jammu and Kashmir Students Association of strict action and a zero-tolerance approach